Good evening, viewers. Welcome to this session. We have lots of news that we'd like to share with you tonight, and welcome to each one of you. So let's start with the first piece of news. Now, the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, has attacked the centre over a police case against a 25-year-old woman for allegedly using abusive language against Prime Minister Modi ji during the Cockroach Janata Party protest at Janata Mantar in New Delhi. Now, alleging that the Modi government was trying to silence Gen Z, Gandhi posted that the PM must be careful about how he treats students. Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah, you cannot threaten Gen Z into silence. First you broke their bones, now you are filing FIRs and taking down their accounts. You are India's past. Be careful about how you treat India's future, Rahul Gandhi posted on X. Now, Ruchika Singh has been booked for the objectionable remarks she made at Jantar Mantar on July 23rd. A complaint was filed on Wednesday stating that her comments insulted the dignity of Prime Minister's office and would spread disharmony and disturb public peace. A zero FIR was registered at the Expressway Police Station in Noida, which was later transferred to Parliament Street Police Station for further action. Now, the Cockroach Janata Party has also spoken out against the case. Now, the spokesperson Saurav Das said Singh's remarks could be wrong, but stressed that this kind of action should not be taken. Of course, if there is any language that was used which is derogatory in nature, then the person concerned is free to pursue civil defamation and criminal defamation against the person. However, the use of criminal machinery to go against protesters is highly condemnable and no one should be punished for any objectionable language per se. I'm not saying that the language is right, he said. I'd request everyone from the younger generation to be very careful with their words and the kind of insults and sentences that you use against people in general. That said, criminal machinery being used is a big no-no. It is completely unacceptable. It should not happen. We would also like to tell the police to maintain calm and not misuse their powers for any political ends, he added. Earlier on Thursday, the Delhi government said no legal action will be taken against those arrested in connection with the protests except those with a criminal history. No action against protesters was one of the key demands of the CJP, which was accepted by the government before the online platform called off its protests. Now, friends, this is something is very strange is that, the fact that Saurav Das thinks that whatever he says is the Bible, which is really very strange because he has nothing to really talk about. Now, one very interesting thing is that Abhijit Iyer, Mitra, now he has exposed him very openly, and he has said that everything that this man has said is fake. Okay, right from the fact that he is, he's a simple common man. He lives in a large upscale bungalow, such as a 9,000 square foot property in posh part of Delhi. And also the fact that he is not a Nepali and he's not an Indian, but he is, his father is an NRI. Now, he's been saying that his father is an Indian, but Abhijit Mitra says his father is not an Indian. That's also a lie. And also he has spoken about additional assertions touching on his personal background details, which are often framed or parodied on platforms like X. So there are many things that this man is saying is a lie. And then you have him, saying everything with the same sort of, calm demeanor, just like Yogendra Yadav, thinking that when you speak calmly, people will believe you. But this man just seems like another ordinary, sort of a, brat, nothing more. So let me just take a few comments as we go. Yeah, this is Saurav Das, and everything that he has said, Abhijit Mitra Iyer has completely exposed this man, saying that whatever he has said is a lie and that he lives in complete luxury. He does not have a job. So how does he get so much money is the question. So he is just, he spends his time in the flat and he, in fact, in one of the parties, apparently in Diwali or something, he even invited Rahul Gandhi to his house. And though Rahul Gandhi didn't go, a lot of the Congress people ended up in his flat. This is what Abhijit Iyer has exposed. And if you'd like to, check out what Abhijit Iyer has said, it's very interesting. Do go ahead and check it in the in a video which he has, very boldly spoken about. This man who is a complete liar, who wants people to, not only believe him but also go as per his, diktat. As though he has something to back him. He has absolutely nothing, and we feel, so upset that the government had to bend a knee to these people who are, even cockroaches can be respected, but this man and the people who were with him cannot be respected. So let me just take a few comments from Leena. Leena says, Gen Z is only a smoke screen. Congress is doing same to students in Kerala. It is something big they're planning against this government. And she says, Deep State is desperate to remove the government. While Dhanashree says, our PM Modi ji might forgive these cockroaches, but these people don't deserve forgiveness. Strict action should be is what I feel. So here, Dhanashree, I agree with you, because the young girl who is speaking about apologizing, on all the channels, this girl looks completely different, from what she is. Now in this, she looks like a woman, an adult. And in the other one, she looks like a girl who's just put on a wig, and she's speaking just, something that somebody has written for her. Now, if these people say that, by mistake, just people said to abuse Modi ji, the Prime Minister, so I also did it. It's not because of that. We all know very well. Money makes everyone speak like this. And this girl would have been heavily paid as well. Okay, so as, Dhanashree and many others are saying that, see, Modi ji might forgive these people, but the common Indian, will not tolerate anybody abusing a man of Modi ji's stature. So that's a fact. And Leena says, intelligence agencies are alert. They know something is going to happen in August 3. Yes, thank you, Jade, for that. Because this is the image where she's apologizing. And you see the earlier image. The earlier image looks like that, of a woman who's at least 25 years. And this looks like a young, 15-year-old girl. So look at the way these people, cover themselves, camouflage themselves to look, I don't know whether they want to look glamorous or they want to look, different, whatever. But the thing is that they were heavily paid. And without payment, these people will not speak so in such foul language about such a respected leader. Now, Nation First says, Modi ji maa ko gali diya, he jail mein dalo. Isko jail mein dalo. Okay. Now, Dhanashree says, Ruchika Singh doesn't seem to be 15 years. She might be 18 or 19. And Leena says, it's irrespective what is your age. These abusers knew what they were saying. Absolutely. 100% correct. When girls and boys abused PM, his late mother, can you imagine? A lady who has passed away, a very respected lady, his mother, what on earth makes these people abuse her? I don't understand. PM of Italy, would have punished them, is what I guess you wanted to say. And then Gopanna says, ma'am, once again, YouTube, Insta, FB should show the country of account user like Twitter. It's much necessary. We have seen it in recent protests. And also the fact, Gopanna, that it is high time if we can send people to the moon. If India has a capability of sending people to the moon, surely we have the capacity to create the best social media, apps where it is made in India and for Indians. Okay, we did have coup. I don't know what happened to coup, but it is impossible to say that there are no Indians who can create better apps than the Westerners who create YouTube and Insta and Facebook. So this is something that I will not take. So welcome, Radhika. Always nice to see you. And Leena says lots of Gen Z data sold. Yes. And this Abhijit Dipake and his cockroaches are mocking our Modi ji, PM Modi ji. I feel very bad as they are mocking senior citizens. Yes, because see, in our culture, we are taught to respect senior citizens. We touch their feet, we behave in a very, soft manner. And look at these people. And Dhanashree and Leena, I would like to tell you that these people are heavily paid. And now they are just, saying because they want to, they don't want to arrest, so they want to get away, and this is the only way to get away, acting as though they're very innocent. Yes, they are being heavily to do that mischief. Absolutely. And police has identified over 180 social media influencers and are going after them. This is a must. I would suggest that India ban everything from Facebook to all the social media and start from scratch. We don't want multinational companies having apps where they control Indians. They tell Indians what to do. Now these people in Meta have been summoned by Modi's office, and this has made people so upset. Can you imagine? Modi ji's Insta was getting so much of attention and so many hits, and they were trying to stop it. Can you imagine on what basis? And some lame excuse they gave. Now, and Lena says FCRA bill is a must, absolutely. And then Ashri says even families of police officers have come forward and exposed these cockroaches. These cockroaches should get strict punishment, absolutely. Now, before I'd like to also talk about something else, friends, which I feel. Now, I'm sure you can all use your intelligence to understand that I somehow feel that whether it is abusing of Prime Minister Modi, okay, whether it is talking ill about Ayodhya temple, Lord Rama's temple, saying that stealing is happening, whether it is the latest Ramayana that is going to hit the floors, there is a very, very strong agenda from our neighbor to attack Hindus. And these are just, it's like a chain effect. You're talking about Ayodhya temple, Rama temple, where they say that, our people are thieves. When it is being investigated by Yogi ji. Okay, so everything is being done in a very, very legal manner. Second thing, and I'm sure the mischief would be played by these people only, the opposition only. Second thing is you're talking about abusing the Prime Minister. So this is something that Congress has been doing for a long time. You remember when Sonia Gandhi said "Maut ke saudagar"? Okay, is this something that any leader would say about another leader? Would Modi ji say the same thing about Sonia Gandhi? No. And look at the kind of language that Rahul Gandhi is also spouting. Okay, nothing, no one from the BJP side are hurling abuses at them. Then why are they hurling abuses? Now let me come to the next point. Now we are talking about Ramayana. Okay, so let's go to Ramayana and the kind of public backlash that it is facing. Now this perspective highlights a very widespread wave of public criticism and moral scrutiny surrounding the casting choices for Nilesh Tiwari's upcoming multi-part epic Ramayana. And you can see how people are comparing the actors' public personas and the revered traditional ideal of Lord Rama and Sita. So let me just go to those pictures now. 1 second, let me just So let me go to So now a significant segment of audiences and online commentators have expressed deep disappointment over the selection of Ranbir Kapoor, who has been seen by many as a beefeater, a playboy, someone who loves alcohol. And while the very ordinary looking Sai Pallavi has been criticizing the Indian army in the past, and everybody says that she's so ordinary, she cannot be compared to the beautiful, royal looking Sita Devi. Now everybody has compared her. A lot of the people in social media have compared her to Shurpanaga. And they say even Rakul Preet, who is playing Shurpanaga, is better than her. Okay. And many viewers casting historic figures of profound religious and cultural importance involves strict expectations regarding the public image and the moral standing of the actors portraying them, amplifying the intensity of the ongoing online debate. Now, one thing, why I'm connecting all this, friends, is that there seems to be a very, very, strong agenda which this movie is leading to. Very, very important, and I'm going to that. And you see, the two-part Ramayana is widely reported to be the most expensive film project in Indian cinema history. But these, seem like fake figures for me. Okay, we're talking about 4,000 crores has been spent on this movie, is what the Nilesh is saying. Okay. Now, past movies like Pathan and Brahmashastra have also claimed such huge numbers when theaters were empty, and these facts were shown. and proven that they were faking numbers. Now, here also they say they have spent this much. So, now the question we are going to ask is how, looking at the very mediocre trailer, on what did they spend? Not on the cast, because I think Sai Swarupa is very cheap. So Ranveer also would have given a small rate. Not on the makeup, they look terrible. Okay, Ranveer doesn't look in any sense melodrama. Then you're talking about the production design. At least the trailer shows that it's very, very substandard. And have they spent it on VFX? Not at all. Had they spent it on the research, on the Ramayana story itself? No. So now the obvious question is, this is very, very important, friends, because we are seeing what they are doing to Sanatana Dharma, how they are abusing our temple, how they are abusing our leaders, okay, how they are abusing RSS, and now you see that they have made Ramayana also a tool to hit Hindus. Now, what I feel now, let's go to this, okay. Now, if you're talking about the total budget, Namit Malhotra and industry reports place the combined budget for both parks at a staggering over 4,000 crores, approximately 500 million. And this massive expenditure, they say, goes towards heavy visual effects handled by prime focus, global standard production design, international stunt coordination, advanced AI-powered dubbing technologies for multi-language releases, and an ensemble cast featuring Ranbir, Yash, Sai Pallavi alongside a musical score by A.R. Rahman and Hans Zimmer. But what we have seen in the trailer shows a very, very substandard, movie in the offing. Everything from the sound to everything seems substandard. Okay. Now, since they themselves are not convinced about how strong this movie is going to be, they have made everybody who has some name, for example, Yash, to say how well and suited Ranveer Kapoor is for the role of Lord Rama. Okay. And just a few, maybe a few hours before, I saw a tweet where Ranveer Kapoor and Alia were coming from, out from the airport. And some of the people standing there said, Hai Shri Ram. Okay. And he did not even look at them. He gave them the royal ignore. Alia Bhatt also gave them the royal ignore. Are you are acting as Lord Ram. At least when people say Jai Shri Ram, at least give them a nod or smile at them. Okay. So you use this role only for money, or was it to hit at the Hindus? Because you don't in any way look like Lord Ram. Lord Ram is the epitome of virtue. And every time we look at the trailer, either your face is blurred or it is made into some sort of art form. And I don't know, what sort of Sita we are going to see, because everybody looking at her image says that she looks like Shurpanakha. So did they not were they not in their senses when they did this casting? These are all the questions. Now, my main question is Ramayana going to be used to money launder? In which case, can you imagine the kind of reputation our sacred historical stories have? And why do they want to create it? And another question is, when they had this press conference, why did they have it in the West? How many people in the West know about Ramayana? Are they trying to show that it's another Lord of the Rings or, some Harry Potter or something that, the West has to first approve it? It's our story. Don't murder it, is my response. And every person who's feeling strongly about this in Twitter have said they're not going to watch it. Now, another very, very important point. They have paid people, right-wingers on Twitter, to give good reviews. So even someone like Jaipur Dialogues is speaking wow, 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 wow. Okay. People are changing their stand because they have got money. But the intelligent people can see the difference. Okay. Now, even in a sort of a humorous way, let me tell you that Yash, who has played Ravan, would have been a better Lord Ram than this, idiotic-looking hero. So it's absolutely something you should be talking about, criticizing, because we don't want Bollywood and our neighbors, Pakistan, to think that they can play with our religion. The moment, for example, instead of Jai Shri Ram, if at the airport people had said, Pakistan Zindabad, then immediately, Ranveer and Alia would have given a huge wink, isn't it? Because they love our neighbors. Okay, so this is something very serious, and I want all of you to speak about it. Don't allow people to make a mockery of our sacred tales, of our history, of our gods who we revere. So you see the link, it's like a chain. They first make mock Lord Rama in their temple, and they say that everybody is a thief. How does Rahul Gandhi and the other people know that people are thieves? Can he see into what is happening? They are doing an investigation, right? Second thing, why in this this cockroach this thing Janata Party's protest, but children asked to speak such vulgar things about a prime minister who's respected all over the world? Isn't that also an agenda? Why were they making fun of RSS? And now we have Ramayana. And please understand, Hindus should stay as a unit and not allow anybody to make fun of them. Because this is going to go into, I am sure, if they are saying this much money has been spent, there is something very sinister happening below that. It happened with Pathan, it happened with many other Bollywood movies. Is this also going to go that way? And do they want to use our sacred books and our history, to get that money? Okay, so let me just take a few more comments. They're coming. So Radhika says, I'm not pointing fingers to anyone, but those doing the rules as Sri Ram, Devi Sita, one has to live a very decent life. I'm speaking of the main characters. And how did they get so much money, 4,000 crores? Just boycott their movie to teach these anti-Hindus a lesson, is what Leena is saying. And Dhanashri says, few days back, Ranveer's wife Alia was supporting these cockroaches who were Sanatana Dharma. Why we should watch this movie? And also don't only talk about Alia. Alia's mother was there at their feet, at the cockroach party's feet. These people are all completely misguided. In fact, I found it very amusing that at the airport, when this Nasiruddin Shah and his wife, were coming, somebody asked them a question about, this cockroach party and the other things. No, he was actually, rejected at, at an event because of what he spoke. Now, he says, don't thrust that mic into my face. He tells the journalist, the arrogance that these people show. You don't want to answer them, don't answer them. Just go ahead and get into your car. Why do you want to show that media are nothing for you? This attitude of the Bollywood people, they don't have anything to show off. Bollywood is in the dumps, and everybody, including Neelam Kothari, who is a past many years back actress, have started their own YouTube channel because they don't have any way other to exist. And all these Karan Johar and all were saying that she has a very successful jewelry company. Then why the hell are everybody from Farah Khan to everybody getting into this bandwagon? YouTube bandwagon. They were making fun of YouTube. Now each one of them come and they, I don't know, mysteriously they make 1 lakh subscribers and 1 lakh hits. There also there seems to be some sort of dal mein kuch kala. You cannot trust Bollywood because they are heavily under the influence of Pakistan. Okay, let me just take a few more comments. Ranbir Kapoor's dialogue delivery is the worst. In fact, Tanushree, a lot of people have been talking about the audio, how unclear it is when Yash speaks and all. It seems it's not clear at all. They have attitude problem. They don't. Why don't people understand the motive of this movie? Yes, I would prefer to watch Ramayana of Ramanan Sagar, or even read the book better than moving into this. Yes, talking positively. No, suddenly right wingers have been are changing their attitude and talking something else, which means they are heavily paid. And whenever it suits them, they come back to bashing the leftists. That's what money does. Understand the truth. Money can change people overnight. Yes, absolutely. So, and not only him, but many other people are doing it. Yeah, and in fact, he's been exposed quite a few times as well. Yes, Yash would be a better choice for Prabhu. See, in fact, in Kerala, there was a movie done by Unni Mukundan where he, the little child sees him sometimes as Ayyappa. The way Unni Mukundan played that role, he could have been a Lord Rama. There are many people who have got pure character. Those people can be. Why do you need someone who has been loving to eat beef, who's been romancing every girl in town, every actress in town? Okay, someone who loves they say alcohol. So with all this things, why do you select this man? So it's all very, very it makes us angry. They're making fun of our devtas and devis, says Radhika. Our schools have to teach children about our cultural literature, otherwise these people will keep making fun of our gods. Yes, absolutely. Shivananta says Vande Matram. Yes, absolutely. And have these people read Ramayana before doing? They have not done their research. They are not interested. Now they'll bring their own things. In fact, what I heard was that this man was the maker was talking about the monkey king, talking about Hanuman. And if you ask them, why do you say that? Then they say, why? He's not a monkey. That we listen to Hanuman mantra, almost Hanuman Chalisa every day. Why? So these are things that make your blood absolutely boil. And then so Shivananta says, proud to be Hindu, an Indian with great Sanatana history and culture. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Shivananta. Okay. So let's move on to the next piece of news. So let me just go back to that. Yeah. So now Prime Minister Modi on Thursday chaired the fourth special meeting of the Cabinet Committee on Security to review evolving situations arising from ongoing conflicts in West Asia and assess the preparedness of various ministries to mitigate its impact on India. Such meetings were chaired by the Prime Minister earlier in March and April. In an official statement, the government said that the Cabinet Secretary Somanathan briefed the committee on the geopolitical situation and outlined measures taken to safeguard the country's energy security and ensure uninterrupted supplies of petroleum products, including liquefied natural gas, liquefied petroleum gas, and fertilizers. So now moving on to this picture that we're showing of Meta India head. Now, they were summoned and now they come to India. Now, the Meta head, along with several Facebook and Instagram accounts, have been booked over content targeting Prime Minister Modi during the recent Cockroach Janata Party protests. Now, Hyderabad Cybercrime Police have registered cases against the India head of Meta, Arun Srinivas, as well as several Facebook and Instagram accounts for alleged circulation of morphed and objectionable videos and images of the Prime Minister on the social media platforms. The cases have been filed on complaints of two individuals who alleged that while browsing Instagram, they came across multiple morphed and digitally manipulated videos and images portraying the Prime Minister in an obscene, derogatory, and misleading manner. The comments contain offensive language, ridicule, and indecent remarks directed at the Honorable Prime Minister and other individuals depicted in the manipulated content, thereby amplifying the offensive nature of the posts and encouraging their wider circulation and engagement. The above content appears to have been digitally altered or AI generated and circulated on social media, the complaints have stated. Such content has the potential to mislead the public, spread misinformation, incite hatred or public unrest, outrage public decency, defame or insult the dignity of a public figure, disturb public order, promote hostility among several sections of society, and otherwise violate the applicable provisions of law. The complainants further added that many posts and comments during the student protests that bordered on profanity and abuse have come under the scanner. The complaints have been filed by S. Aravind Reddy, a 29-year-old businessman, and T. Saikiran Gaud, a Telangana BJP activist. Meta had earlier this week invited government censure after a video posted from the PM's account was briefly blocked on Facebook. The Meta team has assured the government on safeguards for Prime Minister's posts, outlining the enhanced safeguards for Prime Minister's posts. Meta has said that prominent accounts to get additional oversight going forward. Only senior Meta officials will vet such posts, sources said. Any decision will undergo rigorous checks and review by at least 2 senior officials of the company, sources said, citing the platform's latest communication to the ministry. Sources also said that the Meta team will meet the government later this week, where other key issues including digital content regulation will also be discussed. A few days ago, Delhi police had also directed multiple social media platforms to remove posts and videos containing offensive and abusive remarks against the Prime Minister that were uploaded during the student protest at Jantar Mantar and the violence linked to the July 20 Sansad Chalo mark. Delhi police have issued notices to a number of social media accounts, including those of some news portals, over abusive posts targeting the Prime Minister. Now moving on to Annamalai. So let me just take some more points. So Lina says, Alia's mother loves Pakistan. Didn't she say at one time she wanted to live? I don't know why they then stay back, isn't it, Lina? Sometimes she and her whole family went bag and baggage. Neelam is pathetic to watch. Radhika says, Rahul Gandhi's aim is to destroy my India. And Dhanishri says, Ranbir is, yes, absolutely, womanizer, irony, he's playing Lord Ra. And Shivan says, India must make law for anti-Hindu movies. Yes, and also stop, the temple should not any longer give money to the governments. Very important, because these can be misused. And Dina says, when will India become self-reliant in its own social media app? This must be done on war footing. This is what I was, very, I was focusing on, because without that, we are not going to go a step forward. In fact, when Meta comes and meets Modi ji should just ban Facebook and Instagram. And do you think that any other of the social media is not susceptible? Ours was a very, very popular channel, but we were getting very, very small, low views, and all the comments were being, shadow banned. So why? But we are a channel that speaks the truth. Why do you need to control us? So that means that they're doing to all of us. And when people like Farah Khan and all these other Neelam Kotharis and all these other, dialogues and all come in, they get a lot of views. How come? So this is something Prime Minister must speak to them. What is happening to the patriotic voice of India? Okay, because of YouTube, only these voices started being heard. And now these very voices are being controlled. And how come these people are getting lakhs of views? There is something very, very hanky-panky there as well. Even before a channel starts, one of the media is already getting lakhs. For what? Even before she started. You see? So there's so much of hanky-panky going behind this. And let me just take a few more comments. Yeah. Priya says, Indian people's personal data is getting leaked, so we should have our own. data center. Very, very well said. I think even the accounts, influencers, YouTubers, and celebrities should be scrutinized as they have this so-called protest. Well said, Tanashri. Good evening, Neil. Jai Shri Krishna. Nice to see you. And let's move on to more comments coming in. Yeah. And Lancelot says, no sympathy for Ruchika, cheap woman. She should be punished for using abusive, filthy language. And look at the way, you see, in one she looks totally different, in the other she looks absolutely different. So what is the message that this girl is giving? They all this, they would have said that we are spending so much money. Come, you eat free food, okay, from that whichever guy, Javed or whoever. Eat free food, enjoy, dance, and abuse the Prime Minister. This was the agenda. Farah Khan, Neelam are loaded with dollars. Boycott them, says Lancelot. Modi ji is encouraging India youth to make games. No, Priya. See, what happens is, we know that Modi ji is a wise person and he is patient. So there are things that they plan. For example, now JP Nadda, acted very calm in front of these cockroaches. Okay, but what did he do? After that, he said, yes, we are not going to take action. We're going to, release all the students who had come. But we will check whether they have the NEET card. If not, we cannot, release them. So that was a very good decision that he made. Now, such a disgrace, Richie, so blinded by the rest of you educated man, Sauron, who failed his exams 5 times and has no shame, wish to get in through the back door. Let Sybil lay for him to do the exam. Yes. And some amity only he has done his journalism. God alone knows whether he even passed and what sort of course that is. Now, Lena says Meta is created by CIA, Instagram. Every Indian IT professional should sit to watch what is being written. Well said. And Shanti says, Ruchika, I mean, what a sad shame. It will follow her the rest of life. Her rudeness to join a bunch of boys who failed the exams 5 times and used wicked Bollywood platform is still. No, here, Shanti, it's not. Let me tell you, don't think this girl is a fool. These young women or young girls, whoever, boys and young girls who abuse Prime Minister are not fools. They are all very materialistic. They went into this with open eyes, open ears, because they don't care two hoots about India, their motherland. They only care about money. And with that money, they can go and have, go and eat at a 5-star restaurant or go for, travel somewhere. That's all they thought of. They only thought of that moment. And I don't think this girl is ever going to learn a lesson after this. She has done it only because she was cornered. Delhi Municipality Corporation found packets of cigarettes, food, beer bottles and used can. Yeah, absolutely. They were paid a lot for this abusive language use. See, why do you think anybody would, agree with what Ramayana, the kind of Ramayana they're bringing out? Unless you're paid. Suddenly people who are so critical about all this have then now saying that, oh, wow, what a trailer. Oh, so nice and all that. How come you changed overnight? That's the question, And moving on to the next piece of news. So let's go to Annamalai. Now, we the leaders, founder and chief, servant K. Annamalai on Tuesday accused the BJP-led centre by making a U-turn on Karnataka's right to build structures across the Kaveri, alleging that Tamil Nadu farmers' interests were being sacrificed for electoral considerations in the neighbouring state. The rights of the farmers of Tamil Nadu have been discarded from consideration by the BJP-led central government for electoral gains in Karnataka, he said in a statement. Now, contrasting the statement with the centre's earlier stand, he cited then Union Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat's statement in Parliament on August 5th, 2021. Shekhawat, Annamalai said, had stated that Karnataka's permission to prepare a detailed project report was conditional and that consent of lower riparian states were mandatory under the Interstate River Water Disputes Act for constructing a dam across an interstate river. Why is the central government now suddenly making a U-turn on the position it had already made, said Annamalai. He urged the centre not to take the people of Tamil Nadu for granted or unnecessarily strain their brotherly relationship between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Now, I find this very strange. This man is suddenly changing character. So, what is inside him is something very, very now suspicious. So, let us see what he is going to do next. What was going there in the yes, absolutely. Intelligence agencies have given report to Amit Shah. More protests are planned. In fact, what I found very strange was about these Poonawalla brothers. Okay, Shehzad has resigned from BJP, and Tehseen Poonawalla says that he's under house arrest because he's going to speak about the electrical vehicles, go for a protest regarding electrical vehicles. So he's going to speak against Gadkari. Now, I don't know what's initially also I always felt that, how come one Poonawalla is in BJP and the other Poonawalla is very close to Congress because his wife is, related to Vadra, Tehseen Poonawalla. Now, suddenly he's showing this drama on Instagram saying that, see, look what they are doing, you're putting me on house arrest for something and all, acting very coy. Now, this is a very dangerous man, this Tehseen Poonawalla. If you talk about him as a spokesperson, he's the most lousy spokesperson you see on any panel. Now, contrast him with Shehzad. Shehzad is one of the, not only very strong, but a very, very, he speaks very clearly and is a very, very strong spokesperson for BJP. Now, why he has resigned, he has not given any reason. So, this is something that we are going to watch in the coming weeks, why this man resigned. Whether it was because he was not getting the kind of package that he deserved, or we don't know, because these two brothers do now come across as very strange. Now, India needs electric cars and charging points everywhere. Yes, very well said, Nina. And with this, we end this session, friends. We'll see you tomorrow with a lot more news. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.